Hey guys, welcome back to another Warframe video, and this video is about Serwyn. I see people don't use Serwyn as often as they use other frames, and for the simple reason is that most of the female frames are not good for tanking or high level missions because they have a lot less health and armor. But it's obvious because she is not a tank frame, but she has the highest, I mean, not the highest, but I haven't really checked, but she has a decent amount of health and armor to make her a decent tank. Plus, if you use Neramon with her, she will be really good for going on high-level survival missions. So this build is about uh, using Serwyn in high-level missions for survivals or any other general mission. This is how people basically use Serwyn for XP farming in defense or interception runs. They just spam their first ability on the mold, and then they use weapons like Torrade, Mutant Cernos, or Prox for the gas clouds or the clouds for popping the spores and spreading the wild damage to the enemies. But but that's not the only build you can use with Serwyn. So I'll show you the build which is really great and really great actually for endless runs and the game builds. So let's go in Simulacrum and check the build and how it performs. Okay, so now let's test our build in Simulacrum. Uh, I'll pick up some heavy gunners, corrupted heavy gunners. I'll pick up 8 of them with level 105. That will be pretty good. Now I will activate my Neramon right here so that I can be invisible and immune to the attacks. And then you need to spam your spores on them by using your first, and then activate your third ability so that you can spread a viral on all the enemies. As you can see, all of the enemies now have the viral status on them, status procs on them, which is pretty good because it reduces the health of the enemies. Plus my Secure Electa has a really nice corrosive status chance, so it will reduce the armor as well. And they are dead. So that was pretty easy. And it's not that you can only use Secure Electa, but there are many other weapons which can take advantage from this build. For example, you can also take um, Atrax, and on Atrax I'm having a corrosive as well as slash build. So corrosive and slash both are pretty nice combo, and you will get viral as well along with it because Servant will proc viral on the enemies. So it's pretty nice. The only downside of using Atrax will be that you have a lesser status chance than Secure Electa. But then again, Slash and Corrosive are already very damaging against the armors because they bypass it. I mean, Corrosive reduces the armor, Slash procs bypass the armor, and Viral reduces the health, so it's pretty nice. And you can see they're already dead. They're already dead. That was really nice, and um, this is one of my best builds ever for Servant because it has a really nice health, uh, it has really nice armor, and it has viral procs, so it's pretty good. Now the other weapons which you can use, I personally use Meows because it looks good, plus it has a really nice status chance as well as it has really nice uh, critical chance. So let's test Meows with it. I'll activate my Neramon for invisibility, proccing spores on one of the enemies, and this. And as you can see, all the enemies are already having wild procs on them. Plus, I have Slash and Corrosive on them, which is really, really good. And you can even use your first ability while trying to hit them, and they're all dead. So that's pretty nice, if you ask me. Then there are some other weapons like Telos Boltes, which can really use this build very nice. So I'll quickly show you guys the build. So the build for 7. Uh, First of all, the most important, you can swap many mods from this build. The most important thing to build is for by putting redirection, steel fiber, and vitality to get more health, more shield, and more armor for damage reduction and more tanking. Then you will need prime continuity for more duration on your viral procs, I mean your spores. Then you will need a little bit of um, stretch mod to get a little bit of range so that your spores can spread in a wider radius and you can proc viral on more number of enemies. Then I have streamline for a little bit efficiency and cunning drift for a more little bit range. Of course I'm not using overextended because that will ruin my power strength. Now this build has uh, 96 meters range on your spores, that is you can cast your first ability on an enemy from 96 meters of distance. The spread distance is 25 meters, which is also pretty good. Spread spores are 3. Then Toxic Lash, it will have, I mean I left the power duration, so the duration is 18.6 seconds, which is also pretty good. Then the power duration on a Toxic Lash is 46 seconds, which is also pretty good. Damage multiplier is 1.3, which is a bit low, but it's still okay because you're already proccing viral, then you are proccing slash and corrosive with your weapons, so that's also pretty good. Um, then the best weapon to go with, let me tell you the builds first, how I build my Secure Electa for going with Serene. This is the basic build Secure Electa for Secure Electa. This is the build which I use everywhere. Drifting Contact for more combo duration and status chance. Primed Reach for more reach because whips are really great. I will prefer whips because whips have a really nice range. You can hit multiple number of enemies at a time and spread more spores. Plus it also has a really nice status chance, so it's pretty good. Then Berserker for more attack speed. Maiming Strike for more critical chance on slide attacks, which is really necessary if you want to do damage. Then Prime Fury for more attack speed, Voltaic Strike and Virulent Scorch for corrosive damage, Blood Rush for reaching red crits on your Secure Electa. So that's pretty nice. Now the builds for other weapons like Meows, which are not whips, really simple build. Prime Fury for more attack speed, Berserker for more attack speed, Blood Rush for more critical chance, Virulent Scorch, Voltaic Strike for corrosive damage, Jagged Edge and Pressure Point for more damage and slash damage, Drifting Contact for more combo duration, Pressure Point for more damage. Now you can swap out some mods and put like Organ Shatter for more crit damage, but I personally go for Pressure Point because you're not going to get a lot of crits all the time. You will need to build up the crits, I mean your combo multiplier to get the crits frequently. So I prefer to get more damage from the start. So that's why I use this build. Now personally I will use whips, and the second type of weapon which I will use is a polearm, and it's known as Lacera and Lation, sorry, Lation. And the reason is because it has really nice slash and it has a really nice status chance. It has base slash damage which is really high, and you can put corrosive along with it and you will get really nice status chance, though it sucks with critical chance, but that's not an issue because uh, it's basically a status build for proccing status chance and getting more benefit out of your status procs. So the build for Lation is Prime Fury, Blood Rush, Jagged Edge, Berserker, Pressure Point, Voltaic Strike, Virulent Scorch and Drifting Contact. uh, you know why I'm using these mods for corrosive damage, these two mods for corrosive damage, then Pressure Point and Jagged Edge for slash and overall more damage, Prime Fury for more attack speed, Blood Rush for getting a little bit of critical chance, though it's not very mandatory to put Blood Rush. But if you're going with Berserker, and then you will obviously need more critical chance to proc Berserker more often. Then Drifting Contact for more combat duration and more status chance. So that's pretty much it, and let's test Lation. Let me match the colors first. There we go. So Lation is my second preference to go with this build if I'm not using whips. There goes my Neramon, my Spores, my Toxic Lash. Though it's kind of hard to get invisibility. It takes time because it has low critical chance. But once you are invisible, this weapon is holy shit, one of the best damaging weapons ever. You see they are dying so fast. Oh my god, all dead. So this is how you build 7 for tanking as well as invisibility and damage. And also you can not only use melee with 7, but you can also use weapons like Torrid or Pox for doing a great amount of damage. For example, here I have the same 7 build and I'm using Torrid now. And I'll show you the build at the end of the video. Neramon activated. The spores are now spread. Keep popping the spores, spreading them, and you can see they are dying so quickly just because of the insane viral procs and corrosive procs from my turret. Plus, turret has blast, so it is a really great CC as well, crowd controlling. So here's the turret build as well. I'm using split chamber for more multi-shot and more status chance. I'm using servation for more damage, and I'm using high voltage for electricity and more status chance, and combined with malignant force it gives corrosive damage. Then I'm using speed trigger for more speed, I mean fire rate. Then I'm using thermite rounds and rhyme rounds for blast damage and more status chance, and then I'm using hammer shot for more status chance and a bit of critical damage, which is not really needed. And now let's test static ore. Why not? Because it has corrosive, radiation and blast and 99.5% status chance. So that's pretty good. You can see the spores. Oh my god. You can just use your melee weapon for invisibility. Yeah, the insane fire rate is by using my micro, which I use for static ore, because it gives a really nice speed buff to your static ore. I mean, it's not a speed buff, but when you're using macro, the time which you take while raising your finger and then pressing the key again, it eliminates that duration, so the fire rate is really great. And then let's test Pox, because Pox is also really great. Let me show you my static ore build first. Jolt for electricity and Pistol Pestilence for toxic. In combination they give corrosive damage and status chance. Horn Strike for more damage, Bell Diffusion for more multi-shot, Lethal Torrent for more multi-shot and more fire rate. Then I'm using Scorch and Frostbite for blast and status chance. It has initial radiation damage, so it's also pretty good against all the kinds of armor. Gunslinger for more fire rate. Now let's test Pox. Pox is really insane weapon, and I haven't put much forma on it. On strike for more damage, bell diffusion for more multi-shot, lethal point for multi-shot and fire rate, jolt for electricity, and pistol persons for toxic, and it gives me a really nice corrosive damage and status chance. Frostbite and scorch, kind of similar setup. Let's spawn my minions again. And god, this is holy shit. Viral and corrosive together, and it's the only downside about Pox is that it has really less amount of ammo. So yeah, I would prefer static or anytime over Pox and Troid. So best setup to go with Saren is my tank build for Saren. It's this one. Then Torrid. This is the Torrid build. Take a close look. Then Staticor. Oops. Um, Staticor. Take a close look. Ignore this wrong forma here. Actually, just leave it like that. Then take a look at my Secure Electa. Take a look at this build. So that's pretty much it. That's my setup for tank Saren and damaging Saren. And if you guys really like this video, then please like and subscribe for more, and leave the comments if you want to in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye.